The Corps Mariniers is the Marine Corps, an amphibious infantry component of the Royal Netherlands Navy. The Marines are trained to operate anywhere in the world in all environments, under any condition and circumstance, as a rapid reaction force. The Corps Mariniers can be deployed to any location in the world within 48 hours. Their motto is Qua Partet Orbis. History. The Corps was founded on 10 December 1665 during the Second Anglo-Dutch War by the unofficial leader of the Dutch Republic Johan de Witt, and Admiral Michiel de Ruyter as the Regiment des Marines. Its leader was Willem Joseph van Ghent. The Dutch had successfully used ordinary soldiers in ships at sea in the First Anglo-Dutch War. It was the fifth European marine unit formed, being preceded by the Spain's Infanteria de Armada, the Portuguese Marine Corps, France's Troupes de Marine, and the English Royal Marines. Like Britain, the Netherlands has had several periods when its Marines were disbanded. The Netherlands itself was under French occupation or control from 1810 until 1813. A new Marine unit was raised on 20 March 1801 during the time of the Batavian Republic, and on 14 August 1806 the Corps Koninklijke Grenadiers van der Marine was raised under King Louis Bonaparte. The modern Corps Mariniers dates from 1814, receiving its current name in 1817. The battle honours on the Corps Mariniers' colours are: in 1667, led by Van Ghent, now an admiral, and the new commander, the Englishman Colonel Thomas Dolman. The Regiment de Marine played a prominent part in the large Dutch raid, the Raid on the Medway, on England. The Corps Battle Honour, Chatham, is one of the few ever won on British soil by a foreign unit. The July 2 attack on Landguard Fort near Harwich, performed by 1.500 Mariniers after landing at Woodrich, was beaten off by the fort's garrison. The Mariniers also fought in the Franco-Dutch War, Third Anglo-Dutch War, on June 29, 1672, after serving in the naval Battle of Solbay. Two-thirds of the Marines were withdrawn from the fleet and formed into a brigade in order to stiffen the inefficient and largely mercenary army in anticipation of an English invasion. They returned to their ships in time to help stop an English invasion by defeating a combined English and French force at the naval Battle of Krijtween on 21 August 1673. Led by Gerolf van Issemuyden, they served in the land Battle of Seneffe against the French in 1674. Dutch support of American independence led to the Fourth Anglo-Dutch War, where the Mariniers served at Dogger Bank. In 1704, Netherlands Marines were part of a combined English-Dutch force under Prince George of Hesse-Darmstadt that captured Gibraltar and defended it successfully shortly afterwards. They would combine with the British again for the bombardment of Algiers in 1816. The Corps Mariniers served in some of the operations of the Netherlands in the Dutch East Indies colony. The Netherlands took a slow approach to conquering the entire colony, and operations consolidating their rule lasted from the 1850s until shortly before World War I. The battle honours from the ACH War and Bali date from this time. In World War II, a Corps Mariniers unit in Rotterdam preparing to ship out to the Dutch East Indies successfully defended the bridges across the Maas, preventing German paratroopers in the center of the city from rendezvousing with conventional German infantry. The Germans ended the stalemate by bombing Rotterdam. The threat of an attack by Marines caused its German captain to scuttle the Antilla in Aruba in 1940. When the surrender was declared and the Dutch soldiers came out of their positions, the German commander, who was expecting a full battalion of men, was stunned to see only a few Dutch Marines emerge in their green uniforms. He ordered his men to salute them out of respect for their bravery and determination and labeled them Zwarte Duivels. Some Mariniers later joined the Princess Irene Brigade to fight against the Germans. They distinguished themselves in combat near the Dutch city of Tilburg in the autumn of 1944. Starting in 1943, the United States Marine Corps trained and equipped a new brigade, the Mariners Brigade, of the Corps Mariners at Camp Lejeune and Camp Davis in North Carolina in preparation for amphibious landings against the Japanese in the Dutch East Indies. The Japanese surrendered before such landings were needed, but the Mariners Brigade, fully trained and equipped, left North Carolina in 6 transports in 1945 and fought against the Indonesians in their national revolution for independence. It was part of the A Division, which was itself commanded by a Corps Mariners officer. It was disbanded in 1949. The Dutch kept Western New Guinea after the Indonesian National Revolution, and the Corps Mariners served there until 1962 when it was granted independence. The same year it was invaded and incorporated into Indonesia. Modern Corps Mariners on the 11th of June 1977. The unit Intervention Mariners of the Dutch Marine Corps stormed a train that was being held hostage since the 23rd of May by armed South Moluccan nationalists in the village of De Punt, in the province of Drenthe. 6 Royal Netherlands Air Force F-104 starfighters buzzed the train as a diversion just before the assault. 6 terrorists and 2 hostages were killed in the storming. The BBE has become the Dutch government's primary counter-terrorism force. Lately, the Marines have been deployed in various operations all over the world. The 18th of February 1992 to 18 November 1993. United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia. 3 battalion of Marines and a Navy field hospital were stationed in Cambodia following the 1991 Paris Peace Treaty when the civil war was ended. 1995 present. Former Yugoslavia, Bosnia, Kosovo. The 28th of July 2000 to 7 February 2003. United Nations mission in Ethiopia and Eritrea. The 11th of January 2002 July 2010. Deployment in Afghanistan. Marines were deployed in Afghanistan as part of the International Security Assistance Force on several occasions. The 2nd Battalion with the field hospital was deployed in Mazar-e-Sharif in 2005 to provide security during the elections. Marines and Navy personnel were also stationed in the Provincial Reconstruction Team in Pol-e-Homri, province of Baghlan. They took over from the Dutch Air Force and Army in 2005 and were relieved in October 2006 when Hungarian forces took over. Formerly Marines have served in the Razgan as NLD Operational Mentor and Liaisons Team, for recruiting and training new military personnel of the Afghan National Army in the Razgan province. Training took place at Camp Holland, Taran KOWT. A reinforced company was deployed in the D. Rashan area of the Razgan province. 2 Marines were killed on April 17, 2010. The BVS-10 Viking was hit by an IED. 1 August 2003-2004. Deployment in Iraq. 2 battalions of Marines were sent to Iraq after the Second Gulf War as part of the Stabilization Force Iraq. They were stationed in the province of Al-Muthanna where they fell under British command. Main base was located at Camp Smitty in As-Samawa. 1 company of Marines was located at the village of Al-Rumaytha and 1 at the village of Al-Khidr. The 18th of November 2003 to 19 February 2004. United Nations mission in Liberia. 1 platoon of Dutch Marines was deployed on board HNLMS Rotterdam, a landing platform dock of the Royal Netherlands Navy to provide logistical support for UNMIL land forces. 2005-2006. United Nations Organization mission in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Major General of the Marines Patrick Hamart was appointed Division Commander by UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan. The Corps celebrates its birthday each year at the Oostplein in Rotterdam, where all fallen Corps members are remembered. On 29 May 2009, Marco Kroon, a member of the Corps Commando Troepen and a former member of the Netherlands Marine Corps, was awarded the Military William Order, the highest military decoration in the Netherlands. Structure. All operational units of the Netherlands Marine Corps fall under the Marine Training Command, a brigade-level command element. The Netherlands Maritime Force is the deployable operational staff headquarters, which is commanded by a colonel. RNLMC. The 1st Marine Combat Group is the main contribution of the Netherlands Marine Corps to the United Kingdom. Netherlands Landing Force. Netherlands Maritime Force. The Netherlands Maritime Force structure is as follows. Maritime Force Command Staff. 1st Marine Combat Group Command Staff. 10th Reconnaissance, Surveillance and Target Acquisition Squadron, 11th Raiding Squadron, R Squadron, 12th Raiding Squadron, 13th Raiding Squadron, 14th Combat Support Squadron, 15th Combat Service Support Squadron. 2nd Marine Combat Group Command Staff. 20th Reconnaissance, Surveillance and Target Acquisition Squadron, 21st Raiding Squadron, 22nd Raiding Squadron, 23rd Raiding Squadron, R Squadron, 24th Combat Support Squadron, 25th Combat Service Support Squadron. Each Marine Combat Group is commanded by a Lieutenant Colonel and fields 726 men, with the command staff consisting of 30 men. The RSTA Squadrons is commanded by a Major and consists of 87 men. The RSTA Squadron staff acts also as the joint fire cell for its Marine Combat Group, coordinating all types of fire support. Each RSTA squadron fields and forward observer troop with 4 fire support teams of 6 men each. An unmanned aerial vehicle system section with AeroVironment RQ-11 Raven UAVs, a reconnaissance sniper troop, a mortar troop with L-16 81mm mortars and a low-altitude air defense section. The raiding squadrons are commanded by majors and consist of 108 men. The raiding squadrons each field 3 raiding troops with 2 raiding sections of 16 men each per troop. The combat support squadrons consist of 114 men and are besides its staff fields an assault engineer troop, an anti-armor troop and an armored all-terrain vehicle troop. Each of these 3 troops fields 3 identical sections, with each section supporting 1 raiding squadron of the Marine Combat Group. The assault engineer troop also provides improvised explosive device detection capabilities. The anti-armor troop provides direct fire support with Spike anti-tank guided missiles. The armored all-terrain vehicle troop provides BV-206S and BVS-10 armored all-terrain personnel carriers to lift the 3 raiding squadrons. The Combat Service Support Squadron field 171 personnel and provide maintenance, medical and logistic support. Each Combat Service Support Squadron consists of a workshop troop, a transport troop, an equipment support troop, a medical support troop and a communication and information systems troop. Maritime Special Operations Forces. The Netherlands Maritime Special Operations Forces are the Marine Corps elite units. The Maritime Special Operations Forces are divided into 3 squadrons and a support group. The Maritime Counter-Terrorism Squadron consists of 2 troops and is a Special Forces unit. The Conventional Squadron is Special Operations Unit operating mostly at sea, but also used as advanced landing force in amphibious operations. Sea Squadron fields 2 troops, one specialized in underwater operations and the other trained in mountain warfare. Sea Squadron can be deployed by submarine, parachute, various underwater transport and snowmobiles. The Training Squadron trains all men which are part of the Maritime Special Operations Forces. The Special Operations Forces Support Group provides logistic support and equipment to the Netherlands Maritime Special Operations Forces. The Maritime Special Operations Forces was created by merging the Mountain Leader Reconnaissance Platoon, the Unit Intervention Mariners and the Frogman Platoon. The Maritime SF training takes about 40 weeks, and eligible Marines are trained to become long-range reconnaissance SF operators and maritime counter-terrorism specialists, with emphasis on maritime special operations. Those who wish to specialize for Mountain Leader or Frogman can apply for these specializations following completion of the SF training. NLMARSOF is modeled after the British Special Boat Service Surface Assault and Training Group. The Surface Assault and Training Group provides the Marine Corps with maritime vessels. The Surface Assault and Training Group consists of 241 men. Besides the staff, it fields an amphibious support group, a landing craft utility troop, a landing craft vehicle personnel troop, a fast raiding interception and special forces craft squadron, a landing craft control team light and a landing craft control team heavy. The Amphibious Support Group provides logistical support for the SATG. The LCU troop fields 5 landing craft utility with their crews, while the LCVP troop fields 12 LCVPs with their crews. The FRISC squadron fields 3 troops, a troop with raiding crafts for the Marine Combat Groups, a troop with maritime counter-terrorism crafts for the Maritime Counter-Terrorism Squadron, and a troop with special operation and interceptor crafts for the Conventional Squadron of the Maritime Special Operations Forces. The 2 landing craft control teams consist of a staff, a beach recce group, a beach control group and a heavy vehicle group. The Landing Craft Control Team Heavy is equipped with Leopard 1B ARV beach armored recovery vehicles. Both beach recce groups field a team of divers to clear mines, barriers and other obstacles from landing beaches. Sea-based support group. The sea-based support group fields 98 men and coordinates maritime operational logistic support for marine units embarked on 1. The Rotterdam-class amphibious transport docks. The sea-based support group fields an equipment support troop, a weapons and ammo troop, a workshop and transport troop and a communications and information systems troop. 32nd Raiding Squadron. The 32nd Raiding Squadron consists 153 personnel and is stationed in Aruba and is responsible for the defense of the Netherlands Antilles. The 32nd Raiding Squadron falls operationally under the command of the Naval Commander of the Caribbean. 32nd Raiding Squadron is stationed at the Corps Mariners Barracks Salvanita. Marines on Aruba also participate in anti-drug operations. The squadron is commanded by a major and consists of headquarters, 3 raiding troops and the following supporting units: a fast raiding, interception and special forces craft troop, and a combat service support troop for transport, logistics, maintenance and medical care. Recruitment and training. The Dutch Marine Corps is the oldest branch of the armed forces of the Netherlands. There are 2 career possibilities to become a Marine: enlisted Marine and Marine officer, depending on the educational background. Only men are allowed to serve as Marines, but many female Navy personnel are attached to Marine Corps units as cooks, administrators, nurses or medical officers. Initial training to become an enlisted Marine in the Netherlands lasts about 33 weeks. It is given at the Mariners Opleidingscentrum at the Van Gentkazerne in Rotterdam. It is rigorous and very demanding, both physically and mentally, and eventually 33% to 50% will pass. If successfully completed, the recruits receive their dark blue beret, and will be assigned to the operational units of Mariners Training Command. Initial training to become a Marine officer in the Netherlands lasts a total of 18 months. Starting with an intensive 11 months of practical Marine officers training, regarded as the most demanding initial military training within the Dutch Armed Forces. This part of the initial training program is modular, which means that it is made up of 3 phases. First, the prospective officers will learn the basic skills of every enlisted Marine, which takes about 10 weeks. After Phase 1 comes the second phase, commanding a squad of 8 Marines. This module lasts for 8 weeks, and emphasizes nightly operations. After successfully completing the second phase comes the final phase of commanding a troop of Marines. This last module is the longest, and cross-training is given by both the Dutch Marine Training Cadre and that of the British Royal Marines. When successfully completed the POTOM, it is followed by a half-year general officers training at the Koninklijke Instituut voor de Marine. If this is finished, the Marine officer will be assigned to the operational units of the Marineers Training Command. Operational training: all Dutch Marines are trained to operate in any environment, under any condition and circumstance. Therefore, Dutch Marines regularly train in Arctic, jungle, desert, high altitude and urban conditions. Throughout their service, the Marines embark on various training missions throughout the world. Amphibious warfare forms the heart of the Marine Corps, and this aspect is already implemented in the initial military training program. During operational training, there is more emphasis on various other tactics in amphibious warfare. Specialization: experienced Marines are able to obtain various specializations. It is common for Marines to have multiple specializations. Popular specializations include weapons instructor, sports or PT instructor, mortar specialist, radio specialist, air defense specialist, marksman, sniper, heavy weapons specialist, Marine scout, assault engineer, combat lifesaver, medic, freefall parachutist, force reconnaissance, special forces. Eligible Marines will follow a 40-week Special Forces training course, after which they become long-range reconnaissance, SF operators and CT specialists. Graduates are able to specialize further as mountain leader or frogman. Some of these specializations require the rank of corporal before being able to follow specialization training, and must not exceed a maximum age. Equipment: Armor 156 BV 206 all-terrain personnel carriers, 74 BVS 10 armored all-terrain personnel carriers, 4 Leopard 1 BARV beach armored recovery vehicles, Patria XA-188 designed to carry personnel or material and for conducting patrols, Landing Craft 5 LCUMK, 2 Landing Craft Utility, 12 LCVPMK-5C, Landing Craft Vehicle Personnel, 48 Fast Raiding, Interception and Special Forces Craft, 11 for Special Operation use, 12 for use in the Dutch territories in the Caribbean, 17 for use as small landing crafts and 6 to use in combination with the New Holland class OPVs. Landing Craft Rubber. Other vehicles: Land Rover Defender, 40 Mercedes-Benz 280 CDI, Volkswagen Amarok. Successor of both the Mercedes G-Class is the Land Rover Defender, entering service from 2014 onward. 17 Unimog 1.2-TON truck. Various DAF trucks.